Mother's Day, which means it's time to start getting stuff in the ground. During my 1-month update video, I realized that my planting in the ground date was incorrect. So it's today instead of 3 weeks ago. So today we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start getting some stuff planted into the ground. Most of my seedlings have not been fully hardened off yet. We're halfway there. There's some up in the yard up there. I don't know if you guys can see them really, but we're halfway through that process. So Wednesday, we should be able to start putting tomatoes and things like that in the ground. Today, we are starting some seeds. I'd already done potatoes, onions, garlic on that row out there with those bags. That looks atrocious. I can link that video below. It's actually the first stuff we got into the garden. So here we have our rows, and in that same video where I started like our root vegetables there at the end, I put a picture of our garden plan in, and I can do that here as well for you. Kind of helps explain this a little bit better. So what we've got is a row, and then we have that big long footbed at the end, and then a row here and a row here, and between them is a path. So you can see, like, we've been walking here, we've been walking here, we've been walking there. So every 2 rows we have a path. It's a form of keyhole planting or planning, what have you, so that we have full access to weed these areas with less space wasted to pathways. So instead of doing your like normal row, path, row, path, row, path, this way we're able to get a good bit more in here. It's not twice as much because the math doesn't work out that way. I could figure it out, I just have not yet. At some point I will. I'll be able to sit down and like show why this was such a good idea for us. But basically we're getting at least 50% more vegetables this way than we would if we had planted, you know, row, path, row, path. So, and then also by utilizing the footbed down there all the way across, we're able to get our root vegetables all together, basically. Like this one, we're also planting root seeds today. So they're not all together. Like this is carrots, this is beets, turnips. I think that was also beets, a different variety. And then walking onions. So we have, or not walking onions, bunching onions. So we have a bunch of different ones. And then Ronnie is cutting us a couple more steaks, and we're gonna go ahead and put radishes in. After that, I don't know if we're gonna keep going or if we're just gonna kind of call it quits for the evening. Go hang out, watch a movie, make dinner. Not sure. We'll see where we go. But this is what we've got. We measured a 4-foot path through the middle here. And I'm going to lay cardboard and staple it down to help with weed prevention. I might do it there as well. That's kind of narrow, so I'd really have to cut stuff down. But this side, we're gonna lay the same way as this side. So along the fence here in the bed that goes all the way across, we're gonna have corn and broom corn, really tall stuff, because the sun moves this way. So if we have the really tall stuff up there and the really short stuff down there, and it is on an angle, I don't know, there you can kind of see like how much lower this end is than that one. It'll get really good even sunlight, and we won't have to worry about like leaving something extra long because it didn't get enough sunlight, yada yada yada. But the main reason we got this path down the middle is exactly this, so that we have tons of room to make sure that going up and down, that we have everything that we need to get in and out efficiently and make not only planting easy but also weeding and harvesting. So looks like he's got more steaks for us. Also, just on the ends here so far with the root vegetables, if anybody is curious, each of these rows is 1 foot, and then this is 28 inches. So just as a rule of thumb here. Here's these guys hardening off. Garden is there. Ronnie's just getting a couple more carrots in. Everything in the big pail is actually going to go where that blue tarp is. That's going to be our herb garden. So hopefully these guys will be ready to go in the ground soon. I don't know how much these guys are going to produce, but we better at least get one batch of jam out of it. We're going to plant them here on the end. The package said 10 strawberries, but it looked suspiciously like 1 strawberry once we got it open. So we have strawberries, rhubarb, and then all the seed stuff we planted down there with the strings, and then all along the side are little seed veggies. It's the next day here, and I've got maybe 20 minutes I can give it this morning before I have to start getting ready for work. So I'm just gonna go ahead and plant 3 rows real quick. Today we're putting in lettuce, spinach, and cauliflower. Just like that, as the wind is kicking me out, I finished our 3 rows.